have still some time until Christmas. Maybe this time. I can't believe it. I'm back on YouTube. Finally. So let's get started right away. I collected all your questions that you asked me on Instagram, and now I'm going to answer all of them in this video. So grab a snack, grab your tea, and get comfy, and let's go. So I got my tea too. So where are the questions? Of course I can't find them now. Ah, here it is. Yeah, the first question. Please tell us about your instruments. Where do I start? Let's just explain which instrument I play. So I have a cello, of course I'm a cellist, and I'm a viola da gamba player, so I have a viola da gamba. But viola da gamba players normally don't have just one instrument, they have more instruments, because when you play the viola da gamba you play also the 6-string viola da gamba, probably the 7-string viola da gamba, or the alto viola da gamba, or baritone. So in my case I have a 6-string viol, a 7-string viol, a soprano viol, and a baritone. The baritone is a viola da gamba with sympathetic strings on the back that you can also play. So these are my instruments. My cello is really beautiful. It's an old Italian one from the 18th century. I love it very much. But of course my cello has a special place in my heart because it's an old one, and I really always imagine what this instrument went through. So many wars, so many adventures. I really wish he could talk and tell me everything he knows, because it's incredible. And who played it? I really don't know. I know the name of the maker, but I don't know anything about the history of this instrument. I'm so curious. I would love to know who played it before me. With all instruments, I always have the feeling that we are with them for some time, but they are going to be there, we are not there anymore. So it's just a tiny bit of their lives and we are with them. It's really fascinating, I think. The next question is, do you have brothers or sisters that are musicians too? I do have 2 half-brothers, but they're not musicians. Actually, they play basketball, so they're not musicians at all. Next question is, favorite song to play? My favorite piece, I don't know, my favorite piece. It's so difficult, there are so many. I could make you a list of 200 pieces that I love, and I would still forget some, so I can't. No, I can't. I can tell you some of my favorite composers if you want, which are Bach and Schubert, Beethoven, Brahms, Wagner, Richard Strauss, but so many more, like Abel, Pergolesi, Marais. No, I can't. It's impossible. Never ask a musician the favorite piece, because I think it's impossible. The piece I'm working on right now, it's the one I focus into, and it's the one I have the feeling it's like everything for me at the moment. Although there are pieces that are really deep into my heart, like the Vier letzte Lieder by Richard Strauss, and the 4 last songs by Richard Strauss, because he composed these pieces shortly before he died, and they are so full of wisdom and sadness, but at the same time joy and contentment, and I can't describe it. You have to listen to them. They are not from this world. Or Matthäus Passion, Johannes Passion by Bach, St. Matthew's Passion and St. John's Passion. They are just not from this world. There is this moment in Matthew's Passion when Jesus sings, "Sit down," and there is a chord. This moment, the harmony, everything is so special that when I listen to it, I normally listen to it 10 times, just as few bars, because I can't believe what Bach does here. If you know what I mean, you know. And if not, go listen to St. Matthew's Passion. It's incredible. Next. On Madalena and the Prince. Who is the Prince? So Madalena and the Prince is my latest album, which is not that latest because it was released in 2019. But the new one is on the way, I promise. It's almost done. So my album Modernity the Prince contains music from the court of Prince Esterhazy at the time of Haydn, of Joseph Haydn. Who is the prince? The prince is actually Prince Esterhazy. But the prince could also be the baritone, the instrument, because you know these baritone instruments are beautiful and they have this carved head, normally of a man. This is the prince of the instruments. It's so elegant and so nice. So the prince is the baritone and Prince Esterhazy. How did you make your bunnies become house trained? So bunnies are actually really clean animals. So if you provide them an environment that is clean and where they can organize themselves, you have to give them a box, a quite big box, like the cat's litter box, maybe a little bit bigger, and then you have clean something inside. They can, you know, do their things. They have hay, fresh hay, everything inside. Then they naturally are going to do their business in this box. But the box has to be clean. Normally they are very clean. If they're not clean, they may have some problems. So I would check with a vet maybe, because I once had a bunny that was not really clean. Later it turned out that he was sick actually. So normally they're really clean. If they're not, then something could be checked maybe by the vet. And they're really cute, so I can really recommend. And never, never, never keep your bunnies in cages. Cages are not for bunnies. They are always sold in cages, but it's so wrong. Consider them as cats. You would never have a cat in a cage, right? So why have a rabbit in a cage? Rabbits do not belong in cages. No, no, no. They have to be free to jump around, to run around, because they're made for that. Cages are, they're going to be depressed, they're going to be sick very soon and not live a happy life. And also you have to keep 2 bunnies normally, because they are really bonding animals and they need someone to cuddle. At the beginning I had a single bunny and she was really attached to me and it was really cute. The vet said, okay, it's okay because you are often home and she can be with you. But I noticed that every time I was not at home, she was really sad. So keep 2 bunnies at least, because I really need someone to be with them and they feel really lonely and alone. So the worst thing you can do, keep 1 bunny in a cage. This is like, why? Don't keep a bunny if you do that. They're really going to be sad. Bunnies are so cute, so have good care of them, please. I got such a cute comment in Italian. Soltanto grazie per la tua musica classica leggera e fascinosa come te. Grazie mille. So basically, this person said that thank you for your nice and light music and fascinating, and thank you so much. So nice. Someone asked me, do you also play other instruments? So yes, I play, okay, the cello and the viola da gamba, as you know, but I also play a little bit the piano, because I started playing the piano when I was 4 years old. I'm not the most skilled piano player. I can play a little bit, you know, first sight, and if I practice, then I can play some Beethoven sonata. Not the most difficult one, you know. But I don't practice much, so that's probably the problem. I don't have so much time because I always think I should practice my main instruments before I practice something else. At the end of the day, then I don't practice the piano. Yes. And at Christmas time, that's the time where piano is important, because I play all the Christmas songs on the piano. And also like Nutcracker. Yeah, I should practice that. I have still some time until Christmas. Maybe this time. Someone asked if I have also other interests, like painting, museums and so on. Yes, actually I have. I really love museums. I really love art, especially I love medieval art, which can be so incredibly special, but also of course all the Italian Renaissance paintings, also 19th century of course. But I'm interested in all the arts, also from Asia, for example. So fascinating. I really, really love museums and seeing new things, and also artifacts, archaeology. I love archaeology, so all the museums with artifacts and ancient things, love them. Actually, I like also to draw and to paint, but the same as the piano, I don't have so much time, and also not much energy at the end of the day, but I love to do that. Next question. How does one start with historical informed performance if the cost of a period instrument is too large? I love this question. Bear with me. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about. You don't need to buy a Baroque instrument the moment you decide to play more historically informed. The thing is, my suggestion, first try to really dug deep into this topic. So read some treatises, listen to ensembles playing with historical instruments, just live a little bit in this world, read about it, inform yourself about it. And also try with the instrument you have different fingerings, different bowings, try to hold your bow differently, even though the bow is modern, doesn't matter. You know, the thing about Baroque music and ancient music I really love is the fact that the people at the time were quite casual about everything. There wasn't this kind of perfectionism in their minds as we have today. So they would have different versions of a viola da gamba. A viola da gamba had the shape of the viola da gamba you know, another viola da gamba had the shape of the cello. Bows developed during time, so a player had a bow from 30 years before, which was way more Baroque, another one had the bow that was more classical, and it will still play historically informed. Don't let your material be in the way when you try to play more historically informed. It's really possible to play Baroque style with a modern instrument. It's just a mindset and a kind of mentality and way you work with things also. So don't limitate yourself with the instrument, because you can do a lot of things before you change your instrument. So first try on the material you have. You can try to change the strings, to have gut strings for example, but of course if you need the instrument for your modern romantic repertoire in the orchestra, then it's not really good. So don't change so much. Just try to play what you can with what you have, and you will see that a lot changes. If you can try out a Baroque instrument, just 10 minutes once. Maybe you have a friend or someone that can let you try, just to get this feeling once. To get the feeling, when you get the feeling, you can transport this feeling also to other instruments. Because they are different, but the difference is not that big. It's a lot of them, it's like in the head and what we know and what we want to do. Don't be limited by the instrument in the first place. Of course, then when you have the possibility to maybe rent one or buy one, it's of course is very nice. But don't say, oh, I don't have a Baroque instrument and so I can't, you know. No. Be positive and still read a lot of treatises, do a lot of things. It's really still quite possible to learn a lot and to also try out a lot on your instrument. Someone asked, recommendations of gut strings and cases for cello and viola da gamba. I play aquila corde, and the lower strings I play pilastro. The things you hear in the background is my rabbit. I don't know what, scratching something, but yeah. I found this mixture for me very good. I play quite thick strings. I like them to have a substance and to have a loud sound. On the cello I have pilastro strings, quite a mixture of them, and I'm really happy because they match my instrument very well, so I'm perfectly happy with them. I got quite a few questions about the kind of videos you want me to make, so I will consider that for next times. Someone asked me, drop the skincare routine. Oh no, I'm not. I don't have the best skin in this world, and I think my skincare routine is just adjust to my really sensitive, very difficult skin that is always red and itchy, and I have some kind of mixture of creams and method that I try to help my skin, but I don't have normal skin, so I can't recommend anything for you. A video about historical tuning. Okay, well, this is a kind of bigger topic, of course, but I don't know if many of you know that tuning is very important actually. Today, most orchestras play at 443, 440 hertz, so, but it's just for the A. So the gamma tone, the A, is 440, 442, 443, and then you tune the whole instruments according this A. But in the past, it wasn't like that. It was quite a mixture of different tunings. We have a very low tuning in old Friends, in Baroque Friends. We have a tuning around 415 sometimes in Baroque time. That's the tuning most Baroque musicians use today. So they agreed on 415, A 415 hertz. But actually at the time it was quite a mess, because every church has an organ and the organ is tuned in whatever, because depending also if it's cold, if it's warm, so the A could vary quite a lot, and you can't retune the organ that fast, of course, right? So you have to adjust. So even today, if you play in some churches with nice old organs, then you have to adjust to the organ, and it can be very low but also very high. In Venice they had a very high A for some time, so it was quite a mixture of tunings, and each tuning has quite an own energy and old, let's say, mood, to use a more modern word, and it's quite interesting. So it's a quite big topic, but just to give you an idea that it was never that standard A all the same in every city. No, it was not like that. Every city had quite a mixture of different gamma tone A. So yeah, it's a very interesting matter actually. Someone is asking me about horse riding. Well, yes, you know, I do horse riding and I love horses. I actually have a horse since last year. He's quite young. I'm not a professional at all, so I have someone helping me with that and training the horse. I'm really thankful because alone I would never buy a horse without having someone helping me. And he's really amazing, and I tell you, horse riding improved my playing so much and improved my psyche and my everything. I have the feeling it healed me somehow, because the contact with these incredible animals, but also the discipline with yourself, at the same time the patience you have to have with these animals. You have to be consistent with the training, but at the same time you have to be very patient and also give them a lot of love and attention. So this kind of mixture, and also getting over your fears, your personal fears, because horse riding can also make you afraid sometimes if you have to jump something or you have to do something and you have not a good day and you still have to do it. And so getting over these fears in a way that then you feel better, it's a whole psychological thing with these horses, and I have the feeling that this made me a really better person, a better musician. It helped me a lot with anxiety, helped me a lot with health and improving my fitness. And so actually it really improved my life so much. I'm so thankful about that. This video is going to be too long, so I'm going to end it here with one last question, because I like this question very much. Composers you had never heard of who surprised and inspired you. Of course, the topic would be too big, but there's one thing they all have in common that we lost today, and I think this is really interesting to remind ourselves about this. Today, we tend to have this kind of mindset that, well, life is long, we have a lot of time. Not many think too much about, you know, illness, death, and so on. Of course, if you have it in your own family, it's different. But also then we tend to just forget it and then go on with our lives some point, and we waste a lot of time. We have a lot of time. We have quite longer lives in general and better medicine that people had 100, 200, 300 years ago. But we tend to waste a lot of time. And people back then, composers for example, did know that their lives were way shorter than ours, because you could just cut your finger and get an infection and that's it. The fact that what they did, the commitment they had for music, importance of music they produced in their also very short lives, in many cases. The fact that Johann Sebastian Bach walked over 400 kilometers to meet his favorite composer at the time by feet. It's incredible. Nobody would do this today. This kind of commitment to the art, to their short lives. He had so much pain, so much troubles, and they still managed to produce this incredible art and this incredible music they did. I think this is something they quite all have in common, and then we can be inspired by, and we can learn something by, not to waste our times and to really do what we want to do, to follow our passions, to live our life as good as we can, and be thankful for everything we have. That said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for still here watching this video today. I will post regularly from now on here on YouTube, and if you like, follow me and follow me on other social media platforms. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Until next time.